Okay, we're going to go ahead and take a look at a Guitar Dude's month-end close processes and how they look at their month-end and track it. So here we have a balance sheet. We're going to go ahead and drill into the balance sheet. And we're going to go ahead and look at their cash account, their 100,000 cash account. And we're just going to go ahead and select 2014. We're going to do a right click on it. And we're just selecting 2014 because I know that there's data in there for the illustrative purposes. So then we're going to go ahead and right click on that 23/6/30/01 and select journal detail. And that'll take us over to a journal detail page, but it's also got ledger information. You can see here is all of your journal detail for the period that we selected. We did select 2014 for the journal detail that we wanted to look at. We got 22/1/18/40 for journal activity in 2014, and we can see that we have an ending balance here at 2014 of 23/6/30. So that would be the 22/1/18/40 plus the period 0 carry-in balance of the 15/11/61. Depending on how your ERP system is set up, you may or may not have journals generating for the period 0 carry-in balances. For this particular instance and example, there are no carry-in journals to be created. It's just an insert script. Over here, we have journal detail down on the bottom here. So we have journal detail, then kind of another slice of how to look at the journal detail. This is by transaction type. This information was gleaned from QuickBooks data. This would really be your ERP modules. So your invoice or your sales order module or your accounts receivable module or your treasury module. Any modules that journal generate would show up here. You know, this kind of gives you a good idea of where everything's coming from. Here you've got the account Req status. So you can see here, this is just for 2019, and there's only been 2 periods that were reconciled. So period 1 was reconciled and period 8 was reconciled. We've got the URLs right here. So what that tells me is that there are account recs supporting documentation that we can reference. These were brute forced in. These URLs were brute forced into the file that we're going to look at in a second. What I'll say about the URLs is that you can get URLs mass data rather than copying and pasting out one at a time if you use Microsoft Graph. So talk to your IT department about how you would get bulk URL information for files that you store out on Office 365. Here we've got a link to our close checklist. So let's go ahead and take a look at our link here to our account reconciliation. It's just a simple account reconciliation, right? You know, cover page, and then you'd have your account rec detail down here. So that's what that looks like. Then let's go back over here and let's look at our link to our close checklist. So again, the whole idea about having this close process and this journal detail and all this information in Power BI is that it's all located in one place. Everything's within a click of your button. So here we have the month-end close checklist, and we know that for January, we'll just go ahead, and it looks like in a previous demo, I went ahead and updated that field, that record. So if you'll recall, we can see that there's no date reviewed here, but this was in fact updated. So the next time that the Power BI reports, it'll pick up that date reviewed, and then you can kind of just kind of go through your month-end close process. But again, the real takeaways here are having all of the information in your fingertips without having to go to too many different places. So it's nice to have these links during the month-end close, and it saves you time for having to navigate to multiple and different files. And that's an example of how Guitar Dude LLC looks at their books on a monthly basis. If you got any questions about how this has been done, or if you need any help, we're here to help you. Thanks for watching.